You're live.
I'm live. You're live, Banana. Brooks, you're live.
Happy to be alive.
Happy to be alive. We are back with the live call-in show. It's been a while since we talked to you guys. Hopefully you can see in the title the phone number to call, 760-517-6844. I feel like, do you have the ability to call up and see if we are live, Brooks?
We have a caller already.
Oh, all right. That's fast.
It's not showing that it's live on YouTube yet.
Well, hopefully it'll get there.
There we go.
Someone. Ooh.
Sorry, that's me.
Yeah. Oh, and the you know what? I have to actually stand up for a second and kill the computer speakers. Oh yeah, you kill you, I'll kill that.
Okay.
This is what we call a test run, folks.
Yeah, I thought you were prepared.
I was prepared, but so is someone actually calling in right now? Like it's working?
Yeah, and I'm monitoring on my phone. We do have audio, so.
Okay. Well, I killed that because if you had the audio coming in here, you'd hear it twice. But if you want to take the first call, we can see who's there.
Okay. Caller, you're live.
Hello, first caller.
Hey,
Oh,
how's it going, Pete?
You scared the crap out of me. Being the first caller and then you take 3 seconds to say hello, you did give me a minor heart attack. But now that I can hear you, I'm good. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. Sorry, I was watching the stream and didn't notice the delay.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. What's your name?
Name is Mason.
All right.
I was just curious if you had any more stories of just people kind of overreacting to situations that you're put into because of being blind, like with the people saying not to record certain things, or I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's interesting, actually. I don't think we've ever had anybody, with all the cameras we stick in people's faces all the time, I don't think we've ever had someone say, don't record me. I don't think ever. And as far as other people's reactions go, I guess I don't see the reactions. What are your...
Sometimes I say don't record me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we usually don't have strangers.
Hey, now we can hear you. Yeah, no, I feel like mostly I feel like these days everybody's just so used to cameras being out and about, or somehow they don't notice it because we don't have like a big giant camera rig. It's just kind of like a GoPro, and things happen, and then all of a sudden they end up on YouTube and they shoot me a message and they go, "That was me." But not a lot of bad interactions other than the ones that you might see where I got tackled in the water a couple of days ago.
I was just thinking that too. I was like, what about people overreacting in the water, like on the lineup or in the lineup?
That's a
Yeah.
What do you
See
think?
that recent video and another topic.
No,
Any
but
luck with the custom wetsuit?
Oh, Mason, that is like the hardest thing in the world to do. We've reached out to all the major manufacturers, and it's not a part of their business plan to make custom wetsuits. But Nisha has actually found a small mom and pop company down in Texas, and they said that they're willing to make it, and hopefully the design isn't going to be too difficult. I want to get into that thing sooner rather than later because I really want people to understand what's going on out there. Brooks and I just got out of the water about an hour ago, and we had... it didn't end up being an issue, but there was a guy that was just surfing way too close to us, and he clearly didn't understand that I was blind. Brooks, he didn't have any idea, right?
No, but he just was following us, just kept getting very close for no real reason. And it's very frustrating for me when I'm trying to get you into waves and there's just someone hovering or right inside of us, and we keep trying to get away from him clearly, but he just keeps hovering and following for no reason.
If I had been, so I was with Nisha in the video that I posted a couple days ago where the guy just straight up tackled me in the water, and she went over and told him I was blind, and then he just paddled away. What would you have done if that was you in the water, Brooks?
If I had sent you on a wave and he tackled you?
Yeah.
I probably would have gotten in his face and honked him out. No, I would have just been like, hey, I would have apologized to him, to be honest with you. I would have said, he's blind.
Yeah.
We're sorry, but you shouldn't have tackled him anyway.
Yeah.
No one should tackle anyone in the water for any reason.
I didn't know that was a thing in the water. I didn't know surf tackling was a thing.
Me neither.
It does happen. But, I mean, it's like, that was like a thigh-high wave. It's like that guy, he was having a bad day probably.
That's what Nisha said. She's like, that guy was having a bad day.
Yeah.
You're just the end result of it.
Surfers are very aggressive and frustrated people in general.
They are. Well, thank you for kicking us off, Mason. We will see if we got the stream up and rolling. We're trying out, testing out all new stuff today. And I used to get a little beep when there was a phone call, so I would know. Now I don't know. Brooks used to have to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any other ones come in, so
Well, and we're still live on the internets right now.
yeah.
Well, is there people in the comment section? Because I was gonna ask what glasses I should be wearing during this thing. I put on the glasses that you suggested, and Banana said that they're very weird and odd, and they make me look strange.
I think they're cool. It's Willy Wonka.
Just despite Banana, put them on anyway.
That's usually what he does.
Wait, is Mason still there?
Yeah.
Oh, so you'd have to kill him to get another one to come in.
Okay. Thank you, Mason.
Thank you very much. We're not killing you. We're just saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
Bye.
We appreciate you calling in 760
We got a new one.
517 6844. Hello, who's this?
That's usually how it does.
Oh,
You gotta turn the stream down.
yeah, you got to turn the stream down a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you, Mason.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're not
It's an instant replay. We can hear how great we just did. Who is this?
Hello.
Banana, how long do you give these people?
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I heard him
Can
before
you turn
here.
your stream down, please?
You are live right now.
Hi.
Hey, who's this? Oh, boy.
What's your name?
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I think we're being really patient.
Yeah.
No, and then he
He hung up.
did that to himself
You got stage fright.
after all that.
We got another one.
Stage fright.
Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hi, this is Jackson from Colorado.
Hey, Jackson from Colorado. What's going on today?
Nothing. This is really weird. I was just gonna ask, how hard was it to navigate life when you first went blind?
Well, fortunately, and I say fortunately, and I actually mean fortunately, it went slowly. We have talked on the show to a couple people that had a diagnosis that went. I don't know if I've spoken to anybody that had it go overnight, but I've had people have their eyesight go slowly. I mean, go quickly, and mine went very slow. So for me, it was just a long series of compensations. 1 year in school, I had to sit a little closer to the chalkboard, and then the next year I had to get large print books, and eventually I had to get books on tape because I couldn't read any books. So it was really just a long series of compensations and adjustments that I was able to make slowly over time. I was able to look back in periods of like 5 years and be like, oh, 5 years ago I could see this, and now I can't. But I didn't necessarily notice it day to day.
Okay, is it okay if I ask you another quick question?
Fire away. It's a free-for-all today.
What was the last movie you saw before your vision completely went kaput?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question because I can continue to this day to watch movies, and I kind of listen to the action. And when Banana's not around, I use audio description. Audio description would drive you absolutely insane.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah. So I will watch, quote unquote, watch movies by myself using audio description. The last one I remember seeing reasonably well, and it really stuck in my mind, was probably the first Lord of the Rings movie. And then they came out so slowly that the second and third one, by the time Return of the King came out, I was like, damn it, I can't really see what's going on anymore. But I really enjoyed watching those and seeing the cinematography and the characters on the screen. And that actually, the thought of watching that movie makes me sad that I can't see movies better anymore, because I really did enjoy the rolling hills of the Shire and what is it, Mordun Ghoul, whatever all the
Mordor.
places. Mordor. I don't think they got to Mordor in one, but when they were underneath, thou shall not pass. It was fun to see all that stuff, and I miss being able to just flick on a movie and enjoy everything that the director wants you to see. So probably Lord of the Rings.
Okay, that's cool, actually.
It's a good one to have
It
seen.
was a good one.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
for allowing me to.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling.
But
Bye.
760-517-6844 is the phone number. You can call and talk about anything you want to talk about today. You can
Caller, you are live.
you can talk about Banana's
Wait,
romper.
They went away. Hello, caller, you're live.
We could do a fashion show. Rompers are in.
Hello, caller.
I don't hear this person.
Hello.
Hello, person. Banana, maybe you say hello. They need to hear a friendly voice.
Hello.
Hello, anyone there?
You can talk now.
It sounds like someone's here.
Sounds like they're just doing some breathing, maybe.
Caller.
Hey.
Yeah. How's it
Who's
going?
this?
Hi, I am Landon. I live in Idaho. I shut off the stream so you could hear me. My question is what is one of your favorite views you've ever had?
My favorite videos I've ever had. Jeez, you know which one? You know which one I really enjoyed the hell out of, and it got like no views at all, was the day that we went down to Dolphin Tank, Brooks,
Oh yeah.
and we went step off jet skiing. And I tried to get your reaction. Unfortunately, my camera was filled with water, so you couldn't hear anything that you said. But so this is a day we drove down to close to the border, basically, and we rented 2 jet skis. And the idea was to have me jump off of a jet ski, land on my board, then stand up on the board.
That was at Camp Pendleton. Oh, remember? Dolphin Tanks is when we went.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dolphin Tank was nothing. The step offs was Camp Pendleton, a little north here. You're right.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to ride the board at like a high speed into the wave. And what were your expectations? What did you say at the end of the day? Do you remember, Brooks?
I mean, I thought it could have been completely disastrous in a number of ways. I thought you were going to get run over by a jet ski. I thought one of us was going to go over the falls on the jet ski. I was just very surprised nothing horrible happened.
And it was this. I was so excited. Nisha was in the water. I think it was you that drove me into the best wave of the day I got, right,
Yep,
Brooks?
yep.
Yeah, you drove me in, got me in the right spot, and I jumped off. I landed on the board. It kind of knocked the wind out of me. I hit the ground or hit the board really hard, just poof, and then I had no orientation whatsoever. I'd never just been deposited on a wave before, no clue. And I just stood up and felt at the last second that the wave was going a certain direction. I turned into it, got the wave, and it was great. It was really fun. And then I posted that video, and because most of my audience doesn't know anything about surfing, they had no idea what went into stepping off. It got like, I swear it got like 600 views the first day. I'm like, what?
Oh,
I just have to say, the camera randomly was like cutting to Skylar's reaction. She was just like asleep.
That's funny. She just pulled the earbud thing out of my ear when she was hopping off the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying all sorts of new software. There's a new robot camera or a robot cameraman who does all the cutting for us. Are you obsessively watching it on the screen over there, Banana?
No, I can't see it.
Can't see it.
Okay. Brooks, is there a favorite video of your? I bet you're a fan of the hearing test one that's currently at about 2.1 million views.
I like that one. I
yeah,
like
that
the
one
one.
was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that one's good. I liked the one that we did where it was that one day we went out at Pono and it was really big and it was like really rocky. And you almost gave up, but you didn't.
That one was the one. I think that's the one that got us the nomination for the Streamy Award.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's probably my favorort one.
Banana, do you have any favorites? Do you watch the videos?
I don't really watch them that often anymore. I don't really have. I'm not so sure.
For me, it's either that one or the one we went to the Escondido Mall and the Euro guys.
That
were
was-
giving you
Yeah, that
fashion
was
tips.
fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was super. That was another one that because I put it. You're allowed to categorize your videos, and I wrote as the category fashion, and I think YouTube was like blind guy fashion. No, we're not feeding this to anybody. That was another one that didn't get a lot of
Yeah.
views. Do you have a favorite one, Landon?
No, not really. I did really like the one you just said. I'm blanking on the name. But I did really enjoy that one.
The hearing test one with me and Brooks checking our hearing in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, that one was really entertaining.
I was surprised. That one going over 2 million views. It was just me and Brooks sitting there and me going, I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
You came home and then did the test with me, and I could hear it better than you, which was satisfying.
You're younger. That was a hard one. So I mixed, as I do for all the videos. I'm the one that mixed the audio. The reason I sat on that one for 2 weeks is because I wasn't sure how well I mixed it. So I mixed in the sounds, but I couldn't hear them. And so when I put them on YouTube, I was like, I'm going to put this up there, and if people start telling me that there's no sound, I'm going to pull it down immediately. But fortunately, everybody was like, no, I can hear it. I can hear 16,000. I can hear 17,000. I'm like, good, because I didn't. I couldn't hear it at all as I was mixing it.
Devil's Advocate says he liked the zoo trip one.
Devil's Advocate is a girl, but the zoo trip one, the zoo trip was, well, the zoo and the SeaWorld.
Yeah, I feel like when we went to the safari
That
zoo,
one was awesome.
yeah, that I feel like now that's probably my favorite. But it was also such a fun experience for me just being there.
And we got to do a zip line ride,
Yeah.
which was terrifying, but a lot of fun. If you want to kill Landon, we can see who else is coming along. We'll try and move. We'll try and get to Thanks a lot, Landon. You
Nice
think
to talk to you.
Thank you.
you think we should try and get through a bunch today, or just kind of let it come as
I
they
say we
go?
just come, let it roll.
Okay.
Caller, you're on.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey,
hey
who's
there.
this?
My name is James. Hello
James.
from the East Coast.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
We're on the East Coast.
In North Carolina. Appalachia.
Hey.
Hey, I'm from North Carolina.
Hey.
I was gonna say I know somebody from
Oh,
there.
nice.
What's going on?
I have a few questions related to voice acting. I'm gonna run them off one after another. First one is, now that you're doing a lot of content creation and stuff, how often do you actually voice act anymore? Second one is, what is your favorite role? And then the last one was there any role that gave you a lot of trouble? Okay.
All right.
All of them are good.
So remember those in order. So I voice act all day, every day, constantly, like nonstop. That is my job. Content creation is something I do in between my voiceover sessions. If I have 5 or 10 minutes in between sessions, I will start pulling some audio from something that we did, and I'll start putting it together. But the moment my actual job happens, voice acting, I have to stop doing the silly YouTube thing and then get right to work.
He rolls out of bed and immediately has to go into the studio to voice all kinds of different things.
Yeah, there's no time between waking up and voice acting. It is waking up and voice acting immediately. It is an all day, everyday job. My favorite one, I'm still super proud of having done the promos for Archer, even more than SpongeBob, I think. SpongeBob was a movie trailer, and that was super cool. It was my very first movie trailer. But I think being part of Archer, and I was doing Archer 1999, which I believe that was season 10, and I had thought that the Archer show was over. And so when they hit me up and told me I was going to be doing the promos for season 10, I was like really excited about it. And then on top of that, I won Outstanding TV Promo of the Year from the Society of Voice Arts and Sciences for my work in that one. And what was the last question, James?
Your least favorite?
Oh,
Well,
the
one that
last
gave you a hard
question-
time.
Yeah.
Oh, one that gave me a hard time. So I don't think anybody knows this one. Hey, Banana, I'm going to tell a story you haven't heard yet.
Well, we'll see.
So
Yippee.
go ahead, James. Did you say yippee?
No, I said yay.
Oh, yeah. New story time. So in the very beginning of when I decided to go full-time voice acting, I was working with the text-to-speech software where I listen to the robot voice in my ear and repeat it back. And I mostly do television promos and some radio stuff, and it's all short-form pieces, like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds tops. And I'd gotten pretty good at listening to the robot voice for those short periods of time. Then I landed a job for a Canadian television station that was doing a documentary on ice car racing. It's a whole league up in Canada. You ever heard of this, Brooks?
No.
They get in their cars and they race around not just tracks, but like whole swaths of Canada, and they race on ice. It's kind of crazy. And I was hired to do this like 22-minute documentary, and I had never, ever, ever read that much before. I'd never listened to that much before, because the robot voice will, after 30 or 60 seconds, it'll catch up to me or I'll catch up to it. The timing is very difficult. And I just wasn't good enough with the robot voice at that time to do a full 22 minutes. So I basically memorized that entire script. I memorized like all 22 minutes. And then I came into the session and did it, and it was the most stressed I'd ever been, because I had a day. They sent it at like 5 o'clock in the evening, the day before, and then the next morning I woke up 8 o'clock and I had to do it. And I basically just sat there all night and put the entire thing into my head, because I knew that there would be no way for me to do it with the robot voice. So that was the most stressful voice I've ever done, and probably my least favorite. But it was kind of cool learning about ice car racing in Canada.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Sweet.
All right, James, thank you for the call
Thank you
out
for
there in
calling, James.
North Carolina. So when the
That was a good question,
We have a
especially
new
that last one.
caller here.
yeah.
Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, who's this?
Hi, Pete.
Hi.
My name is Nicholas.
Hey, Nicholas, what are you doing today?
I'm just home. I'm practicing one of my instruments for band.
Cool. What is your main instrument of choice?
I play the saxophone.
Nice.
Cool.
That's sweet.
Do you have a question today?
Oh, yeah. So, sorry, it's just my internet's very weird right now.
That's okay.
If you had to do one thing before you went blind, Pete, what would it be?
One thing. If I had to do one thing, I feel like you know me better than me. What should I have done before I lost so much eyesight, Banana?
I think you probably should have traveled more
Yeah.
to places other than just the Dominican Republic and Virgin Islands.
Yeah, when I could still see, I traveled a fair amount down to the Caribbean. I went to a lot of the USVI and British Virgin Islands and Jamaica and, like Banana said, the Dominican, just because I wanted to go and relax. But I didn't do a lot of sightseeing. I just didn't really realize how much eyesight I was going to lose. I figured, I mean, it was bad when I was like 17, like bad, like not good. And I remember thinking, like, it couldn't possibly be worse than this, right? Like, this is really bad. And so I just remember thinking, like, well, I'll just go see things when I have more time or when I have more free time. I've always been driven from goal to goal and task to task and kind of work-oriented. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do this task and this goal and achieve this thing. And then I'll go travel and look at stuff. And then all of a sudden one day I kind of realized, like, I can't really look at stuff anymore. So, yeah, I might have wanted to look at more things abroad if I'd known it was going to get this bad at a certain point in my life.
Yeah, I like traveling too.
Yeah, and you really enjoy nature and everything. When we went to Yosemite, I feel like you got so much out of it, even though you couldn't see.
That was a fun opportunity. You dragged me there. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it. We have a whole video, Blind Guy Hikes Yosemite or something like that. But we went up there and we hiked to Dun River Falls. No, not Dun River Falls. That's in Jamaica. What was it called? Carlin Falls. We hiked to Carlin Falls in Yosemite, and that was a blast. That was a good time.
Yeah, we swam under a waterfall.
And it was really
freezing. Coldest
Very
water I've
cold.
ever been in.
Yeah.
Took my breath away.
You didn't believe me. I hopped in. You're like, yeah, just
Well,
being
you're a
baby.
little bit more of a wuss about cold.
Yeah, a little
or
bit.
water, cold water anyway.
Well, all right. We'll let you get back to your saxophone, popularized by Bill Clinton, who was a big saxophone player.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
Bless you, Brooks.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was you laughing at me, telling him to get back to the saxophone.
Okay. Caller, you're live. Hello?
Good day, caller.
Hello?
Are you there?
I don't think so.
I'm going to change out my glasses while we're looking for a new caller. That way I can appease everybody. Actually, you know which ones I'm going to put on? The ones that made you laugh in the story where you were telling a morose story.
Caller, you're live.
Caller, what do you think of my new
Hi.
glasses?
Oh, God.
Hi, what?
Probably can't see them yet because of stream lag.
Oh, yeah.
This is Mike in New York.
Hey, Mike in New York. What's going on today?
My question is, how's things going on your blind surfer cartoon? I saw the short about it, and I was just curious.
It's just a process. I mean, we've been at it for about a year now, and it's very, very difficult with the, just the expense, and it's called a new IP, intellectual property, and Hollywood and New York, and they like proven properties. And we're trying to show them something new and something different. So it's going to take time, but I get a lot of positive feedback. I got a really good team behind the whole thing, a lot of people that really believe in it. And whether or not, Hulu, Disney, Netflix, ABC, Fox, or anybody is actually going to pick it up and get behind it, I don't know. But I've gotten so much positive, even from the people that have given us not right now, is they do like the idea. It's just getting a television show on the air is a rather massive undertaking. So it could still take a couple of years. But we have meetings about it once every 3 to 4 weeks. Honestly, we're building out the team. We're building story arcs, storylines, getting animators involved. Yes, we're going to have real animators and not just AI. We have a lot of people that we need to build up to make it happen. You need a big team to make a cartoon happen, and hopefully in the course of the next couple of years, we will get it done, because I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to play with animated Superdog again.
Aw.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for calling with the question. Answer your question.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep, that answers my question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Good
Have a
luck
good
with
one.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
bro.
I want to see if the next person or the comment section likes my glasses. These,
Caller, you're on. I think this lady was in chat. Yeah.
who is it?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Sarah.
Sarah?
Hey, Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Banana?
Good. Got a question for Pete?
Or Banana?
It's actually more of a comment.
Okay.
I wanted to let you know how amazing you are to me and how much your strength has meant to me. I'm going through an accident. I got hit by a truck saving my dog, and I struggled really hard to be able to walk again, to be able to function again.
Wow.
And being able to see your videos and see that you never let it defeat you has given me the strength to keep fighting too.
Wow.
I wanted you to know how important you are to me.
That's really nice to hear. You started so hesitantly. You're just like, I have a comment. I think you're going to be like, your voice is really annoying or something. I was expecting something negative. I got nervous.
No, I get really nervous when I'm talking to people that I look up to because I feel like they're too good for me to talk to.
Oh my gosh, that's
But
not true.
you're so cool and down to earth that I was really excited to call in.
Well, I'm so glad to
Yeah,
hear
we're
that the videos could help a little bit. Thank you for letting me know that. Are you going through physical therapy right now? Where are you at in the process?
Right now, my lawyers are actually trying to fight for my settlement. It's been about 2 years.
Whoa.
I started following you, about a year and a half ago, I think.
Wow.
And at the time, I was still in a wheelchair, and I was really struggling. And I'm walking again.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So,
Yeah.
And the way that my foot was shattered, my, I guess, ring toe didn't move for like a year and a half. And I finally got it to the point where I can move it again. I'm fully functional again. Like,
Wow.
I'm doing better.
When you were
So I know that you gave me strength.
Wow. Were you going to ask me?
that's amazing to hear. I was just curious, when you first had your accident, did the doctors think you were going to walk again, or were they not sure?
No, they told me that I was really lucky that I didn't lose my leg entirely.
Wow.
They weren't sure if the reconstruction surgery on my ankle was going to work, because what happens was they hit me dead on while I was trying to get my dog back up onto the sidewalk,
Oh,
and I went underneath the tire.
oh
But
my
because
Oh my
God.
God.
Street Sweeper is a front wheel drive, it literally had to torque off of my foot to get off of me.
Oh my
It
God.
crushed all the bones and it ripped the skin off. I
Holy
had
moly.
64 square centimeters of skin replaced.
Whoa.
Well, you've been through a lot.
And
I'm looking at a good settlement, and it got me off the street, and it got us a good life. So
And that's one of those situations I was talking about before, where your life changes in an instant. One day you're walking,
Your dog.
yeah, you're doing everything that a perfectly physically capable person can, and the next day you can't walk. That is a hard thing to just mentally wrap your head around, and then to know that, well, that's the crazy thing. So you had a fight and a struggle ahead of you, but the doctors weren't even sure if it was going to be successful, if you would be able to walk again. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, to not know what expectation to have in your healing process, it's got to be incredibly difficult.
because of the way that the bone heals, they weren't sure if I was going to be able to put pressure on it. It's like it's tacked on two ends, but it bows in the middle. And I have 7 screws holding my ankle together.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Well,
But my dog and I were living in a bush at the time, and now we're in a nice 1-bedroom place. It's an Airbnb. It's got all the amenities, and we want for nothing.
wow. I'm sorry to hear that you were homeless also. It seems like you've really been through it.
Ow. I was a live-in caretaker for an elderly woman when COVID hit, so things went south fast, and I wasn't able to recover until the accident.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I am glad to hear you're
There are
doing
better times ahead, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
glad to hear you're doing so much better. Oddly, I feel like YouTube somehow feeds my channel to a lot of people in hospitals. I have a lot of people that tell me, like, I was in the middle of this thing and I was in the hospital, and that's when I started watching you. So thanks, YouTube. I guess that's a good place to show some people who need a little inspiration and motivation, I guess. Well,
Honestly, that's why I watch YouTube, for people that are inspiring and motivational and give me strength and passion to keep going. I also watch a lot of animal videos. I love animals.
Oh
Is Skylar still in here?
I have
no! Oh, actually, she's yeah.
She's down at my feet.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us that story. I'm really glad to hear that you're doing so much better. Glad that the videos could help in some very small way, I'm sure. And I wish you nothing but the best going forward.
I just wanted to let you know that your hard work it's going somewhere.
Oh,
It never changes.
thank you
you
very
so much. And I hope that you end up your settlement. I hope you get what you deserve. I mean, hopefully it'll set you up for a really nice life.
Fingers crossed.
Yep, fingers crossed.
I can get married and go traveling.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for the
Best of
call.
luck to you.
Thank you for calling.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, did you already hit the next person, Bruce?
There's someone calling.
Can I have just 1 second? I didn't want this to come up. Like, okay, it went into my head. I have to ask. Why do you think she would choose a bush?
Shelter.
Is a bush a
Hiding.
good place for shelter? I feel like it'd be scratchy.
I mean, if it's got some clearance in the bottom.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't want to. It sounded like I was making. I'm just very curious why that would be the choice.
Well, it also might, I don't know, but like,
Hide.
yeah, I was going to say camouflage you a bit more than just being vulnerable, like right out in the open.
But I mean, they talk about just a different
All right, we got this caller's calling
living in a
over and
bush
over.
to doing better. I'm so glad to hear she's doing better.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to ask. I don't know why. My brain gets stuck on things sometimes.
Caller, you're live.
Who is this?
Hey, this is Ethan from Alaska.
Ethan, what did you think about the last pair of glasses I was wearing? Were they just too weird?
They're pretty good.
I've switched to an
I don't know.
approved pair now. Sorry, trying to elicit
They look a
fashion
little bit
advice
weird,
from you.
so yeah.
Cool in a weird way. Did you say you're in Alaska?
Yeah.
Nice.
What is this the time of year when it's like mostly dark?
It's mostly rainy right now.
Mostly rainy. Okay. Well, what's going on today?
I just wanted to call and ask some questions.
Fire
away.
away.
I had. What were you gonna say?
We just
We both said the
fire-
same thing at the same time.
Yeah, we just said fire away.
Okay, so I had recently got done with a college for audio engineering, and I've been doing audio work for about 3-ish years.
Cool.
But I have no idea what to charge people for work.
Oh.
And I know I have the skill, and I've gotten some work, but I feel like it is not where it should be, if that makes sense.
People ask me, usually it's, what do I charge for a voiceover? But I did audio engineering and production for years and years and years and years. And I can't give you a dollar number, but generally in those lines of work, whether you're talking voice acting or audio production, do you work on Pro Tools?
I was trained in Pro Tools, but I've moved on to Studio One.
Okay. I mean, a lot of people can become proficient at that, and the rates are going to start to go up once you have a larger resume. If in your first 3 years, you've worked on a Hollywood film or an award-winning sitcom or something like that, if you were mixing for something like that, then your resume goes up and people go, hey, I want to pay this guy to work on my project because he brings this resume to the table. In your first year, you're basically you're building your resume. It's more important to build the resume because the money will come down the road. You'll be able to get really good money once you can show people your resume and your skill set and what you've done. The first 2, 3, 4 years is really just about getting some work and showing people that you can do it. It's hard to break the bank in that type of a profession off the bat. People aren't going to spend top dollar for someone who just learned it, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very out of my
out of your realm of expertise.
Yeah.
But you know that, like, Brooks, in a skill-based job, when you learn how to operate new software or machinery or something like that, and there's a lot of people that can kind of do the same thing. The only thing that separates you from the other person doing it is your resume. So it just takes time to build it up.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the new like skill-based economy, I like to call it. It's like if you are really good and you've worked with good people, you're going to get more work. But it kind of starts with you being good, If you're no good, then you're just not going to get work.
What's the other question you had?
Or it was just how to find work, because I've been trying my best around here. Like I've done some like the speech processing for like radio and like the news here, but I'm pretty in the middle of nowhere, so everything's local.
Yeah, I mean, you have the advantage.
But just like
When I was trying to get into
Right,
voiceovers, I had to move to New York. You had to be in a place. These days, it's not as. Actually, the woman Heather Masters is a voiceover actor who narrated my book, Wish, is the first novel. Well, I guess it was the second novel I ever wrote. And she's from Alaska. She's a full-time working voice actor up in Alaska. And it's it's a much smaller world now with the internet. But honestly, the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my career, I was begging people to let me do voiceovers. Like I remember I still remember calling a locksmith in Kansas because I was listening to different radio stations around the country and I heard him doing a local ad and I thought the ad was crappy. And I said, let me do your ad. I will do it for free. And I did a voiceover for, it was like Larry's Locksmith in Kansas City, Missouri. And I just wanted to have something on my resume. So I was looking for anybody that would let me do work just to build up my resume.
Yeah.
It takes a little while.
I'm just trying to get some stuff I can refer to for the next person.
Exactly.
And actually, this one news station, it's pretty bad. It's way too loud. It's almost like clipping in. All the audio's on the right, so it's
a couple of problems.
It's bad in a lot of ways.
You just got to do a lot of free work.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is with everything.
But thank you for the call. Hopefully it stops raining in Alaska at some point. But I appreciate you checking in today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to go to Alaska? Does that appeal to you, Banana?
Caller, you're live.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Your topic.
Hey, who's this? Did someone just hand off?
Hello?
Yes. First name Blonde, last name Surfer.
Yeah.
Is it blonde surfer or blind?
Blind, I think.
Oh.
That's his real name, actually.
Are you blind?
Okay, I think we need to start over. I can't hear you that great.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm getting trolled or if someone's just being.
Do you have a question?
Are you blonde?
Yeah.
He's not blonde.
Yeah, I feel like he's
but he
saying
is
blind.
We're going to hang up on that person.
I mean, I felt like that one was definitely going to go somewhere.
Yeah. Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Hi, who's this? Hey, we hear you. We heard you.
You there?
Oh, no. I said hello as nicely as possible.
I know, me too.
Did I scare her
Hello.
or him away?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, we're here.
What do you got besides mom's phone?
What's your biggest regret?
Oh.
Like, what's your biggest regret of something you did while you were blind?
Oh, interesting question.
Biggest regret that I
Like-
did. She said while I was blind.
Yeah, so maybe like something didn't go smoothly.
Huh. Biggest regret. I don't know. What I actually I feel like this sounds weird, but I don't feel like I have a lot of regrets in my life so far. I feel like I've taken advantage of most of the opportunities that I've been given. I feel like I've tried to be nice to as many people as possible. Regret thing that not necessarily a regret, but I had planned on living in New York City in Manhattan for a while. I thought it was going to be good for my career. It was just kind of a, kind of an experience. And I left sooner than I wanted to, but it was because I was there during 9/11 and I kind of got scared and I wanted to get out of the city. So I moved back to Boston. So I didn't live in New York for as long as I wanted to. Other than that, I don't know.
Well, do you feel like you regret having not moved out to California sooner?
That, yeah, I guess my regrets revolve around moving. I spent longer in Boston than I probably should have. I didn't come.
You wouldn't have met me.
That's true. That's true. I didn't come to surfing until much later in my life. I didn't really come into myself. I feel like being in this more relaxed environment with people who are more willing to accept me for me was very good for me. And I do say that a fair amount. Like my only regret about moving to California is that I didn't do it sooner. It's been good for my mental health, like really good.
Yeah.
But
Okay, thanks.
thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you
calling.
for calling. God, I'm going to be thinking about that one tonight and be like, what do I regret? Oh, I should have said this.
Better to have known for sure.
Yeah. If there's one in the front of your mind, I guess you know you got some.
Caller, you're live.
Hello, hello. I hear.
Hello, someone?
I know. We can hear you.
Are you there?
It's got to be
Hello?
kind of. Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Cameron.
Hey, Cameron.
Hey.
What you got?
Nothing. I was just wondering if you could. I was just calling to see, like, if you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, calling to say hi. That's all right. We don't mind.
Just wanted to check in on my well-being. I'm pretty good. We did some surfing this morning. Brooks and I picked me up around 9:15. We were in the water at 9:50. The water was nice and warm. We were out there in non-full suits for a change, getting followed around by an old man, catching some waves. It was a good day. And then I came home and Banana had an amazing omelet waiting for me, so I'm good. Good job, Banana.
You're welcome.
Thanks. He asked if I was good. I'm telling him I'm good.
Yeah,
Thank you,
have a
caller.
good day.
All right, thank you very much.
Bye, Cameron.
By the way, Sarah said that Maggie was right about why she stayed in a bush. It's camouflage.
Oh.
Zoom workplace.
Hello?
Oh, I never turned that
Hello?
off, did I?
Hey.
Hello.
Wait, is it you?
What did they say?
You know who you're calling?
You're
Yeah.
caller number 5. Tell the name of the song we just played and you'll win $100,000. What song did we just play?
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
He's like, stop messing around.
Enough of your nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I get very
I have
nervous
another
when.
one, though.
Talking to me.
Ask,
No, no, no,
I'm gonna screen record it. Can you please wish a happy birthday for my little sister? As she's turning 7, I think. She's a fan of you.
Sure. What's her name?
What's her name?
Her name's Aubrey.
Aubrey or Audrey?
Yes.
Both.
I think Aubrey.
Happy birthday to Abby. Oh, no.
No, Aubrey.
Aubrey or Audrey, who is probably turning 7 today and is the little sister of Cameron?
No.
Aiden.
Aiden.
Oh, Aiden. This is, if someone had paid me for Cameo, they'd want their money.
Yeah, right. I was like, do you want to start over?
Since I just totally wrote- well, he said he thinks she's turning 7. But happy birthday to your little sister, who you just gave the greatest gift ever.
Yeah, that was very sweet of you to ask him to do that.
A stuttering, stumbling, confused happy birthday from the blind surfer. Pete Justin. That's what everybody wants for their birthday now.
Thank you.
Can you sound confused for my birthday next year, Pete? Sure, no problem.
Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Please turn the stream down.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
It is B calling from local California.
local California.
Nice. I missed your name. What was it again?
I'm Oliver.
Oh,
Oliver.
We've talked to
Your
Oliver
neighbor,
before.
remember from
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew local
I was
California
just talking
sounded
by
familiar.
to say hi, and I know that Pete, your voice is super deep, and you can make your voice go super deep. How deep can like Bananas and Brooks' voice go?
Let's hear it.
I can go pretty deep.
And you get southern for some reason when you do it.
Yeah.
I don't really. You have to give me something to say. Like,
I'm Banana and I have a deep voice.
okay, I'm Banana and I have a deep voice.
I like it when you mock my voice. You're like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah. This is what Pete sounds like. Rah, 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 rah." And I do notice that whenever Brooks does a voice, he all of a sudden becomes a little southern.
Yeah.
This is the voice I use when I'm talking to my granddad.
This is how I talk
yeah,
when
I
I'm
do
in
that
North
when
Carolina.
I'm, like,
What'd you say?
I always like when I'm talking like randomly, I just like all of a sudden get into a British accent. It's just like out of the blue.
That's actually funny. I think just out of boredom, I throw in accents all the time. A lot of times it's like German or just.
It's German,
Yeah.
but she calls it English.
Yeah, well. Like if I'm.
So yeah, I just stopped by to say hi. I hope you're having a good day.
Thanks, Oliver.
Thanks, Oliver.
Appreciate
You
it.
too.
That is
Yep.
the mind of people. They're like
Thanks for
watching
calling.
a stream and they're like, I wonder how low Banana's voice can go. People's this is what
Right?
flashed,
It's a great
this
question.
is what flashed through someone's head today, and
Yeah.
we just spoke to that person.
Caller, you're live. Hello?
I'm swapping out my glasses again. I do it between.
Hello, is anyone there?
Over this person.
You're over this person already?
No, I said you're talking over this person.
They're not saying. I'm
It was quiet.
killing time while they're talking.
Is anyone there?
Well, they're not talking.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
How do you deal with depression?
I didn't hear that.
You kind of cut up a
How do
little
you
bit.
deal with depression?
Oh. How do you deal with
Depression.
I don't know. I know we say life advice, but depression is like a really serious issue. I mean, it can be a very serious issue, and everybody has to deal with it in their own way. But in a very broad sense, I am not a doctor. Banana is not actually a doctor, but I call her Dr. Banana a lot.
Do a lot of reading.
She does a lot of reading.
On that
I would say a very positive step would be finding something that you can focus on that brings you some sort of joy, or at the very least distracts you. I have gone through periods in my life where I would say I was depressed. I don't know if I'd be clinically diagnosed as depressed, but the thing that helped me was to find something that I would wake up for every morning and say, I'm looking forward to. I remember I wrote an entire album with my band while I was in a really bad way. I wrote 10 songs, and every day I'd wake up and say, I'm going to focus on writing another song. I'm going to focus on finding a good guitar riff, or some good lyrics, like something to focus on. I think surfing out here helps a lot of people. Brooks, I think just focusing on something positive, even when you're having a crappy week at work, you know you get to go surfing at the end of the day. I know, Banana, you like to garden.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. But I think the most basic advice is to stay busy.
Yep.
That's
the best advice.
Yeah, just keep on moving. Because if you sit and you're not engaged in something else, then sometimes it can, especially if you're prone to depression, then you're just going to give yourself too much time and space to think about the bad stuff.
True.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
By the way, Big Doots is in the chat.
Big Doots? Like the real Big Doots?
I think so.
No way.
His name's Dale Jordan.
That's him.
What's up, Doots?
Doots is here.
What up, Big Doots? Big Doots is the inventor of the skateboard. It's
Right.
apparently on Wikipedia right now. What does he have to say?
He just said he's here. We got another caller, though. Hello, caller.
That's funny.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
who's this?
Hi. I'm John.
Hey, John.
Hi. I have some questions for you.
Go ahead.
So, okay. So, sorry. I'm really nervous. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I know that in the past you've tried to wear like a blind surfer, swim shirt and stuff when you're going surfing. But have you tried like a swim cap?
A swim cap. I've not tried a swim cap.
Wait, hold on. Is the question a swim cap that says blind surfer on it, or just in general, has he tried a swim cap?
Yeah. Like
that says blind surfer.
Blind surfer.
I used to
like
wear.
This is a good idea.
The weirder, I guess. Maybe. But remember, one of the first things that I wore was a headband. Remember, I had a headband.
Oh yeah, it was
the red one that said blind surfer on it. And it needs to be big and really bold and really in your face, because maybe if it was a swim cap, it would just be so freaking weird that people would
draw
look
people's
at
attention.
it. Yeah, but I still don't think they'd read it. They'd just be like, that guy with the weird swim cap. No one would ever. I don't know.
They'd have to be really close to you in order to actually be able to read it.
Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, it was since if I was 5 years old and I could read someone's shirt from 5 feet away, maybe that's the vision I had back then. I don't know what it's like to read. Do you read, like if you're in line, Brooks, and you're at the grocery store, do you read the t-shirt of the person in front of you?
No.
No?
Yeah, I never read stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm reading an article that I'm
crazy looking or something. Yeah.
I think that's the problem. That's why I'm working really hard to get this wetsuit made that says caution on it, because it's yellow and black and it's got the caution tape, and people don't have to read it to know that it says caution. I mean, the idea of a swim cap that says blind surfer is certainly unique, but I don't know if anybody would read it. They probably just think I was the weird guy that surfed with a swim cap for some reason.
Yeah. Also, I got another question. So if I'm not sure, before you went blind, did you play any video games? And if so, what was the last one you remember playing before you went blind?
The last video game I remember playing, I wouldn't have played it for any other reason than the fact that I was in it, because my vision was really bad at the time. But I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City was the last video game I remember playing. And they would put the missions on the screen. It would be like, grab a motorcycle, go find the cocaine dealer and steal his
Yeah,
stash or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. I could never read what the
Yeah.
missions were, so I was basically just running around and jumping into cars and listening to myself on the radio. That was the last time I
Oh, yeah.
tried playing a video game. When did Vice City come out? Was that 2002? Am I way
No,
off?
it was before 2000. It has to be before 2009. I think that's when GTA 4 came out. So
I don't remember. I feel like it was early
It has to be
2000s.
before that.
Yeah, I haven't played
Yeah,
I haven't played a
most
video game
likely.
since then.
It can't be 90s because that's like when the first GTA came out, I believe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not.
I was pretty good at Mike Tyson's Punch Out back in the day. You too.
I was actually quite good at video games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Never beat that game Metroid though. That was annoying.
Metroid. How old is Metroid?
That's from the 80s.
Oh, it's old.
Good one. All right.
Giving away my age here.
Thanks for the call.
Yep, bye.
Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
I mean, I used to play like the Madden football games and stuff, but yeah, Vice City was the last one. But that was a good one to go out on. That was a good game.
Yeah.
You played that one, right, Brooks?
Oh yeah. Caller, you're live.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
What's up?
Oh, I need to.
Yeah, we can hear your computer if you wouldn't mind
Yeah,
turning
you
it
gotta
down
turn
a
your
bit.
computer down.
I do feel for people because they're trying to watch it, and then
Hi.
it's a little tricky. Who's this?
Can you guys shout? My name is Vegas.
Nice, cool name.
Yeah.
Can you guys shout out my channel at Vegas Vogel? VEGASVOGEL.
No, we can't do that.
I feel like
Yeah,
you
we don't
just,
do that.
Yeah, I feel like you just did
unfortunately.
it.
Up on him.
Yeah.
If Brooks had a faster trigger finger,
Yeah.
might not have gotten it out.
But we're sorry. It's just a thing that Pete doesn't do.
Caller, you're live.
Not me. Blame it on me. I think it's the thing that
Hello?
Brooks doesn't do. Hello.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
me.
Pete.
Hey, who is this?
This is Todd. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Todd.
I just want to say I stumbled on your YouTube shorts while scrolling through one day, and I did not know that you were the guy that did the movie trailers.
Yeah.
And then to hear that you're blind, I was like, whoa, this guy, he's blind, but he's still doing what he needs to do, because I actually have autism myself. And I tell myself, if Pete can do his job and not have his sight, then what's stopping me from doing anything despite of a little mental disability? And I find that very uplifting.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Oddly, I feel like there's a fair amount of people in the comment section of each video that mentions that they have some degree of autism, and I never would have thought to relate the two things, except for the fact that the more I share, the more I realize that there's actually a fair amount in common. Just the being disassociated from, you don't get you don't get the input the same way, and I certainly don't get the input the same way. And it does make getting into the workforce and finding a career, it makes everything a little more difficult. But there's always a way to do it, I've found. And so if you've hopefully gotten that message a little bit from the videos as well, I'm glad that I was able to share it.
I think it's great that you push past your challenges.
Yeah, it's really awesome because, believe it or not, I actually work at a skating rink.
Fun.
And I love working the parties because there's always little kids that come in and they're having a birthday party, and I actually do impressions myself. And I'll usually throw like a SpongeBob laugh or a Mickey Mouse impression, or even a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and to see their faces go, whoa, you sound just like Stitch. It really makes
Let's
my
hear one,
heart
dude.
warm.
Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear SpongeBob.
You wanna hear? All right, hold on.
I know we're putting you on the spot.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You went right into it. That was really good.
That was great.
I really wanted to get into voice acting. I'm trying to figure out how to go about it, but I don't want to bother you with that question.
Holy
I just
crap.
wanted to say you've inspired me to look past my disability and keep doing the things that I love to do.
Glad to hear that. And that I bet you the kids love those voices. By the way,
say it.
can you send us out with one more? Give us one more. What's your favorite voice to do?
My favorite would either have to be Joe Swanson from Family Guy,
Yeah.
or Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Can you? So Joe Swanson.
pick whichever one you
He's
feel.
Putty from he's Putty from Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give us a Joe Swanson.
Patrick Warburton is the guy who voices Joe Swanson.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, hold on. Hey, Peter, listen, I'm not really one to bother you, but we're drunk. Peter, we need a ride to the clam, Peter. Peter, Pumpkinator.
Oh my God, you're so good.
Yeah, man.
And
Hey, Peter, who's your favorite baseball player? My Derek Jeter. And that's the best part about autism. I can pick up on things like that and like kind of dial it in and perfect it.
Nice.
That was great.
Awesome that you can look at the silver lining.
It's gonna be a skill. What was that, Banana?
I said that's awesome that you can look at it in that way, like find the silver lining, you know? Look at the positive. That's great.
I would
my,
say
my sister has had one more, like not a voice, but my family makes the best of a bad situation. My sister had half her toe amputated, and she wanted to get a tattoo of a sign that says "Gone to the market." So
That's pretty funny.
You guys got a good sense of humor. Sorry.
The bad situation.
This little piggy went.
Sorry, I talked over you. Your family's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that's good.
That's awesome.
But I appreciate the content you do every time I go through. I'm like, yeah, what's today's life lesson from Pete?
Nice, awesome.
I do try and bury little lessons within the nonsense juvenile humor, but I'm glad that you found it. Thank you so much for the call and the impressions. I hope if you have a YouTube channel, you should clip that stuff and put that out there. Those are some good impressions.
Yeah, you got a good laugh out of me.
I can't even do it.
I do need to do some with that. One thing at a time, though.
Right?
Get
Yeah.
your life first, and then we'll start bumping up all that. I love you, Pete. I love you, Banana. Thank you so much for taking my call. I actually have to get to work in an hour, but best of luck to you both. And Pete, my heart goes out to Super Dog.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Thank
You
you.
really made us laugh. It was awesome.
Dude, now I feel like I want to make sure everybody that calls gives me an impression. That was like made my day.
that would actually be a good idea.
Thanks for calling. What's your impression?
Yeah. No impression. Next caller.
Yeah.
Oh, you're live.
Tough act.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Got any impressions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
Sorry, most people don't. I don't either. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, what do you got today?
I was just calling to say that I discovered you mostly through your shorts on YouTube. They're quite entertaining. I thank you for that.
Thank you.
And one of your recent shorts that were promoting your audiobook, the
Skill
Skills
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
I just finished that. That was a pretty good book, I must say. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was
Yes, I
very
liked it too.
entertaining. The most that drew me to it is the cyberpunk kind of esque elements to it that I really enjoyed. The story was well put together, and I listened to it while I was working. That audio while I worked, and
Nice.
it kept me through the day and kept me entertained.
That's cool.
I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. That one was super fun to write. I don't know if other novelists write out outlines or how they plan their books, but I literally had no idea. I woke up every morning, I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen to this guy, but I basically just put myself in his position and just kind of went with what would have happened to me next is how I wrote that book. It was really fun. And we were talking earlier, I didn't do a lot of traveling in my life. Alden got to go to Cuba. He got to go to South America. He went up to the International Space Station. He did a lot of traveling and running around. It was a really fun book. You read it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I do wish it had a little more action, but I guess it was balanced well enough that it kept me wanting to see more where this guy was going to go, what was going to happen to him next.
Yeah,
So
I'm glad to hear that.
Invented.
He had to stop every once in a while and catch his breath. Maybe go get a hamburger or a hot dog just to relax for a minute because there was a lot of action going on there. But I really enjoyed that book. He's talking about the book called The Skill Conspiracy. If anybody's curious, they can pick it up on Audible or Amazon right now. Everything I say sounds like a commercial.
Yeah.
I can't say that not sound like a commercial. Yeah. But thank you for checking it out. There's 2 other books on there too. There's Wish and the I Talk to Atoms. If anybody is interested.
I'll probably check those out as I go along, because that first
book kind of hooked me and like, okay, what else can this guy do?
It's got to be funny for people, like they discover me on shorts. They're like, okay, this guy talks in 59 seconds or less. And then all of a sudden they pick up a book and they're like, holy crap, he's going for 12 hours. It's a very different thing. But thank you for checking that out, and thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pete.
It is 1:59 right now. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to take one more.
We can take one more.
Are they going to have an impression?
All right, last caller.
Hello there. My name is Jamin. I'm from Texas. Pete, Banana, and then the other gentleman. Apologies, I don't know your name.
Brooks.
Bartholomew.
But I am actually just a big fan, big fan. I actually started voice acting a couple of years ago and practicing that and getting into audio engineering because I like to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
And they used to send me videos of Pete voice acting. They're like, he's blind too. He's blind too. So like, it was very uplifting, you know, to see, because there's a lot of adversity that you have. And then it was very uplifting to see that, oh, yeah, sweet, there's someone else like me, because like I can't always read all the scripts. Like I do have some vision, but you know, there's things that I have to do differently than most people. You know, I have a huge keyboard that people laugh about because it's like 2 feet wide. It's huge. It has these big old keys, and so like it's just great to just get to tell you thank you, because I really did like appreciated all the even though you weren't supporting me personally, it felt like it, because I was like, cool, if he can do it, then I got it. All right, cool.
We love hearing that.
That helped a lot.
I do, and I'm thankful to social media for that, because when I was coming up and I was trying to do whatever I was trying to do, I never knew of another blind person that did it. When I was getting into voice acting, I didn't know of another blind person.
We never even met another blind person until after you started the channel.
I didn't. I was very, very isolated from that community, and that I've been able, and it wasn't super easy to just go out there and be like, hey, everybody, I'm blind. I know I've been getting, you know, some people are kind of rude about the comments, like, oh, you never talk about us being blind. Like, you know what, man, that was the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Is tell people I've lost my sight and I'm now disabled. Like, it's not easy. But when I started hearing comments like yours, people saying it was so glad to hear your story. I'm really glad that I had the opportunity. The fact that YouTube picked up a couple of my videos and showed it to, you know, a few million people, then it allowed me to share more and more of my stories and hear people like you realize that you're not as alone as you might have thought. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity to share these stories.
I have a question. Did you want to get into voice acting, you know, before you ever saw Pete's channel, or was it was it a coincidence?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a mix of both. So I actually live in Texas, and then Funimation and stuff is about an hour away from me, and so I'm wanting to do like anime voice acting, but obviously I do commercial radio, all that. But I was like, oh, I want to do that, and so I started doing voiceover videos, and then I stumbled upon Pete's videos, and then he's like, oh yeah, Andy's blind, and I'm like, oh sweet. So like,
that's awesome.
You get a little bit more. You get a little bit more of that connection, because like, as someone who's blind, there's not a lot of blind people around me like that have the same interests or hobbies as me. So it's kind of like, oh, there's my friend and he's doing his thing, and then I come do my thing, and then that gave me motivation we have a local studio here. That gave me motivation to go to that studio when they had the grand opening here, and I went and put in my cover letter, resume, and all that, and I said, hey, I'd like to internship for you, and I've been doing that for 2 years now. And learning, I mean, I've done tons of stuff that I never, ever would have thought I would have been able to do, like go to shoots. I got to be in a DeLorean, like the one from the actual one of the ones from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Nice.
All kinds of cool stuff. And so, like, you know, I'm still on my journey. I'm still working on voice acting. I'm still working on being an audio engineer. But it's been so much fun, and there's so much more that I have to do. And I'm so happy that I clicked on YouTube today, and then I saw that y'all are doing a live stream, and I was like, oh, I can call them? No way.
Awesome.
So I really appreciate the time to be able to say thank you, you know.
You sound highly motivated.
Yeah.
So you have a lot in common with Pete. Keep on working hard, because it gets you a lot of great places.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I sure will. Hopefully, eventually I can show some credits or something cool and be like, hey, give a shout out.
Yeah.
My boy Pete.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keep us
But yeah.
updated.
I'm gonna get thanked at the Oscars someday. I'm putting it down.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the call. Thank
But
you too.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad y'all did this.
Cool.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Keep on inspiring people.
Will do.
Thanks
Thank
for
you very
calling.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, that was cool. So we came back for this one. We wanted to just say hello because it's been a little while going forward. We may be trying to do some more of these in the future. We'll hopefully have some news about that in a couple of weeks. It's always fun to talk to you guys. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Oh, I think Brooks just ended the screen. Oh, no.
I'm on it right now.
Oh, you put the thing up there.
End
Yeah,
stream,
I've got.
end stream.
I left my text to speech on the computer, so when Brooks touches things, it says it out loud. But I just want to say thanks to everybody who called. Banana, thank you. Brooks, thank you. You guys got anything to say?
Great calls today.
Yeah, thanks
Good job, guys.
to everybody who called.
All right.
Thanks a
Especially
lot.
the guy who did the impressions.
Two,
Yeah.
one.
Thanks, everybody.
End.
There. Well, that went really well.
Yeah, I thought so.
No technical difficulties.